Hi, guys. Thanks for your time and congratulations again. My question's for Vulcan. Obviously, winning any title is fantastic, but does it mean a little bit extra special to know that you not only did it to beat C9 3-0, beat TL, you guys feel like you and J have like a long rivalry as the two like top supports in NA, and then finally doing it here against 100 Thieves to win the trophy?
Yeah, I mean, we literally shit on everyone. It was like we shit on C9 first, which was my old team, and they're also like this dominant team historically where they always show up and have a good team. And then we beat TL. It was like a closer series, but same thing. Like they're historically always super good. They have like a $10 million roster or something like that. And then topping it off with the finals, it's also very nice against 100 because they've been very cocky since winning last time, and closer especially for how bad he is. I think he needs to stop talking. So I'm very glad that he can finally, we can finally all of us here not hear him for a little bit at least. So grateful for that.
Thank you. We'll take a remote question before you, Jay. A remote question from Ashley Kang, directed at Impact. Impact, congratulations on once again holding up the LCS trophy. On Twitter recently, you talked about how passionate you feel about League even after playing it for 10 years. So what does it mean to you to qualify to MSI to show the fans in Korea and all around the world, once again, that you are still a world-class top laner?
I'm not sure I can say that I'm on the world-class top laner now because I need to show that I'm a good top laner in the MSI. I think that's Perkz. And passion. I mean, I don't know. When I went stage yesterday, I can feel like, yeah, I want to play them more, like 10 years more if possible, But I don't know future, but watch Bond and let me think. Right, I just ensure that in MSI I'm a good time laner. That's my goal. That's all.
Jay.
Hey guys, congratulations on your win. Jay Silver here from Game Elevate. My question is for Inspired. Obviously when you were in Rogue, you made top 2 and top 3, but never was able to hold the trophy yourself. And now you finally did it as part of this Evil Genius lineup. Can you give me your thoughts on what it's like finally overcoming your challenges and a little bit of a curse and making it to not only a domestic title, but another international appearance for you?
Do I have to press it or hold it?
No, you're good. Yeah. All the mics are on, please.
I think I was played good in the finals, in the playoffs, even in the EU when I was finishing second, third, and stuff like that. But I always felt like my teammates were not really there with me. They were playing differently. They were more scared. They didn't follow my course, or they were just not clear. And here I feel like everyone is listening to me and playing around what I want to do. And they also, in this stressful situations, give their thoughts. That is very helpful for me. And I think we are just I have a greater teamwork here than I had in Rogue. That's why it's easier for me to play the game.
Thank you so much.
Next question comes from the remote press. Jordan Marnie from Esports GG asks Vulcan, this is your third Spring Split victory in a row, with each of them progressing from the scrim room to an empty arena to a packed stadium. Did the previous experiences help prepare you for this weekend's event? And how was it to lift a trophy in front of a live audience?
I wouldn't say the past Spring Splits that I won prepared me for this in front of the crowd, because I think it's just very different experiences. Like, there was the same amount of nerves or pressure, which weren't very high, I would say. Like when it was online or on the stage with no fans to now with the fans, I didn't feel like it was extra pressure. So there wasn't much of a progression there, but it was a lot more dopamine winning the trophies progressively. Like winning inside our house was pretty bad. It was kind of boring. And then winning on the stage was a bit cooler, but there was no fans, so it was kind of boring. And then today winning with so many fans in the arena and everyone was cheering for us because we had an insane day yesterday as well. And it felt like we were kind of the fan favorite and everyone had our back. So today was amazing.
guys, Travis Gafford here. One quick question or one quick favor to ask is if you guys can keep your voices up just because we don't have speakers and so people in the back. Secondly, question for Artemis. I am very curious because the team in the beginning of the split in lock-in was very hyped. Then I believe, if I recall correctly, you guys could not keep a win streak for longer than 2 games. And then all of a sudden in playoffs, the team just starts smacking heads, especially after you guys get down to the lower bracket. So what, in your opinion, just sitting on and behind the team, what allowed them to suddenly find what they were looking for when you guys got to playoffs?
Yeah, good question. I think that it can appear like it came out of nowhere, but it's really anything but. Like, the result today is just a reflection of the hard work that these guys did all split. And I think that it was a total team effort. Like, we have 5 amazing players here and then countless staff members behind the scenes. And honestly, I think that the first thing that led us here is just their work effort. Like, these guys are grinders, all of them in their own way. And it's a special group here. It really is. And I think that something that sets us apart from other teams I've been on is just the sense of community, I think, and just the vibes were right today and yesterday. Like, everybody knew we were going to win. Like, there was no doubt in our minds, in our camp, what we were going to do today. So I think it's a special group here, and we have the right people behind the scenes supporting them. And yeah, all credit to them.
Good evening, Jody Giles with Houston Defender, and my question is directed towards Danny and JoJo. Being from American players and not having the same like cultural, like new normal environments that are in esports, like what was y'all's daily routines, like without trading any trade secrets, like daily routines or weekly routines able to get y'all to where y'all are today, to where you can compete against the highest levels of competition? You can go first.
I can go first. I think that my daily routine is pretty normal. I wouldn't say that I'm like the biggest grinder, but I do like to play League from time to time, and quite a lot of it, but just not like the highest level. I kind of like to chill out a little bit, and but I still like playing League. And then Jojo.
Hold on. Give me a second. I mean, for me, it's like, I feel like you can always be a better player no matter what. You can always improve. So I always look to make those small steps every day and always to try improving. And I feel like I did improve a lot. And also, I think like I just have a pretty good routine, even a game day routine. I always do the same stuff. So I think that's what keeps me right now consistent and just always focusing on the next step, but not going too far ahead, you know, just focusing on the small stuff you can improve on. So yeah.
Perkz?
Hey there, Perkz Owsley with Independent Media. I have a question for Rigby, actually, and I'll let you finish drinking water. You came in partway through the season, and the team was struggling after having such a fantastic lock-in performance. And I've spoken to a couple various members on the team about your impact after you came in, especially with the draft, but kind of how you look at the game. Can you just talk a little bit about how you're so good at drafting, how 100 Thieves apparently couldn't draft against you guys, and just kind of your impact on the team? Maybe brag a little bit.
If I'm to like think about it, the biggest difference from us to other team is that we didn't actually set our comfort zone. That's why we actually struggled during the regular split. But even when we lose with the picks that aren't like so popular in the league, we still went for it. If we actually thought it was good, we were like able to execute everything whenever it was necessary. So actually, I think like the biggest thing is like player gap for draft. Like they're just down for anything. If I see it's a good angle, and if they see it's a good angle, we just go for it. Then like no other team can match it if they have something that they don't want to play, right? Like the most popular thing would be like Ornn. Like every team is just like, yeah, we're gonna blind Ornn, and then we're gonna have good team fights, and then we're like, I mean, let them pick Warren. Like, we don't give a fuck. We have impact. Like, he's been playing against Warren. He's been playing Warren. Then, yeah, other people play games in their whole career. And then, like, yeah, it's so easy for us. Like, honestly. But, like, MSI, that's where the real competition begins. Like, for me. So, I guess I have to prove myself there. And then with these, like, talented players. Thank you.
Question from Remote Media. Luke Edwards from Dexerto asks, Jojo, do LCS teams in general need to put more faith in NA talent?
Let me think. I mean, it kind of depends, like it might just be a trend now because we won and we kind of shit on everyone. Some orgs might think, oh, maybe NA talent is the way, but you kind of have to start from the bottom. You got to give them some time, get them through the process, just trust the process. But if teams just are trying to find NA talents right away without developing them, then I don't think that's how you should. So, yeah.
Again, a question from Remote Media. This question is directed towards Danny. This is from Faisal from the click.gg. Danny, how much did playing the series yesterday against Team Liquid help you prepare for playing in the environment that was present today for the final series?
I think playing versus Team Liquid yesterday taught me a lot about my early game. I think we did a lot of stuff that we didn't really success at, but I was able to bring it back in the 100 Thieves series, so I'm really glad that we didn't do any of those mistakes that we did versus Team Liquid.
Digon.
Hey, this one's for Andy Barton. You have the reins of putting this roster together. And we've seen a lot of different styles of putting rosters together, whether they were allegedly a $10 million roster or a budget roster or an NA roster. At what point did you realize this roster could win a championship?
I think it was, probably as soon as lock-in and even before that through scrims. Really, I do believe in our scrim set data and, what I can see through that. When we get to the regular season and see a bunch of best of ones, it's awesome to see, but, there's so much work that goes on behind the scenes that really I take into account when, thinking of the roster, what direction we need to go and how to ultimately help my staff and my players to really win this championship. And so it really all goes back to practice. And so I just could not be happier of the work we have put in this year in our scrims. And, I know it's been tough on everyone, but it's paid off and I could not be more proud of everyone.
Michael Termini, Gamehouse.
Michael from the Gamehouse. Simple one here for JoJo. Are you going to stomp Faker and Caps?
Wow. Whoa. I mean, I'm not going to talk about Faker until I actually play him because, you never know. Maybe they get eliminated while we go up. But, I think against Caps, I'll be completely fine. I do think he's the best EU mid laner, though. I don't think EU mid laners are that good, but I think Caps is not bad. So I think it'll be a fun matchup.
Remote question from Esports. This is from Ethan Garcia, directed at Inspired, Impact, and Vulcan. First and foremost, congratulations on absolutely stomping through your lower bracket run and meshing so well with the young upcoming talent. Your next step is MSI, the first international stage of the year. You three have competed on these international stages before, yet Jojo and Danny have not. What are your plans to help them adjust to international play? And what do you think they bring to the table that may catch international teams off guard?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing you have to realize when you go to an international tournament I'm going to keep my voice louder. As an NA player, when you go to international tournaments, you're going to scrim like T1 and RNG, and they are very good. So you might not have the same success you have in scrims as you do in NA. So you have to be ready to kind of take the mental damage that you suffer when you get shit on so hard. It's kind of the way it is. And you have to make sure that you stay kind of healthy mentally because you need to be able to get shit on and then take learnings from that. And you need to be able to get shit on against C1 6-0, and then go the next day and play RNG and be able to do it again. And that's like the first few days. Eventually, maybe you can lose 2-4 or something like that. But yeah, so just being ready to kind of get stomped and then just be ready to go again and learn as much as you can. I covered everything.
Yeah, nice.
Good.
Hi guys, my name is Erica Sador from Checkpoint XP. First of all, congratulations on your win. My question is directed to Danny. You have an immense amount of collegiate, amateur, and academy players now looking up to you. And since the collegiate scene in League is slowly expanding, what is some grind advice / inspirational advice / general life advice you would give to these players?
I think for the amateur and collegiate players, I think just keep going because I think there's a lot of openings available to get into academy and probably LCS as well. And you can just prove yourself within time. I think I know myself, I gave myself a lot of time because I know I started pretty early in League and I never really got up until I was like old enough. So yeah, just give time.
Two more questions.
Hey guys, my name is Joseph Weaver. I'm with the Houstonian. First off, congratulations on your win. So my question is for Impact. When 100 Thieves picked Owen in Game 2, you picked Mordekaiser. Can you tell me about that pick? And was it something you always had in your back pocket if they picked Ornn?
No, it's not. But I said it yesterday to coach and player. I said that I'm gonna play Mordekaiser if they pick Ornn because I think there's just 100 team style. Like they like object control and bite, and they posted a lot just object. So I thought Mordekaiser is really strong that situation, and yeah, that's why I'm just pick that. And same thing like Aatrox blind pick against Tier because I know Brippo doesn't have a card against Aatrox. Like he not play Jace, Camille, this kind of champ. So I knew that this guy not punish me in lane. I mean, I got surprised he played Shen and he got punished, but I knew that I'm better than him. So that's why I put that today and yesterday. I picked the Mordekaiser because I know. Well, yeah, that's true.
Corbin Officer, Southcomer. This is for Jojo and then Danny. There's been a lot made, obviously, about how young you all are and the successes you've had. Is that something you spend any time thinking about? Is that something that is in the forefront of y'all's minds, or is that just you kind of don't worry about it and just play?
I'll go first. For me, I think I spend a lot of my time thinking about how far I've come from where I was when I first started esports. And then after I think about that, then I started thinking about like our results because I think it matters a lot to my confidence that I've been able to go from this amateur player all the way up to winning LCS, and I think it feels amazing. Like I finally get to say it, so it's nice.
That concludes today's press conference with Evil Geniuses. Evil Geniuses, thank you for your time and congratulations.